Hello everybody, NoukonNeko here to stream some Genshin Impact today,
Those who sample it many times can appreciate its
which might be a little bit quiet. Let me bump it up a little bit. Okay, you guys can hear a little bit more better now. But
which should I choose?
yeah, last time on Genshin, I was doing Spiral Abyss, and boy, like that was probably one of my longest Spiral Abyss runs ever, and I didn't even get the full like 9-star on the very final floor. I don't know if you guys could tell, but yeah, I was like really trying to suppress the urge to like cough, so I was like not talking as much as I normally could be. And it feels like today is actually kind of similar, where I am still not 100% fully covered. I can still kind of talk, and I will have episodes where I would cough, but I would try my best to try to mute as much as possible. I just kind of figured that what I currently have, whatever it is kind of a possibly a very long issue. When I talk about long issue, I'm talking about like probably last around for a month. I do probably need to see a doctor about it eventually, which I probably will. I just am just taking a little guess of what it is right now, and if I'm right, it's gonna take a while for me to recover. Kind of sucks because it just was supposed to be like a normal cold initially, but it kind of just had a little bit of an after effect afterwards, which just a slight cough, but it just comes randomly. There are times when I can be really normal, but other times I could sound not like I'm tuned that well at all. But yeah, I don't want to keep delaying too many of my streams. I do want to keep progressing some of these games I'm playing, so that's why I'm gonna do what I can while kind of handling the issue. I have like tea and cough drops ready in case things do go kind of weird. Okay, but yeah, last time on Genshin in the story part, I already beat Skarlamouche, and I kind of got blocked from listening to what happens at the end after beating him, right? I need to do Tanari's character quest, and that's the plan. Do Tanari's character quest, and then hopefully finish the main story afterwards. Kind of locked. Just sounds like a celebration, and probably just me talking to some of the characters afterwards. But we don't know until we complete this. So let's go ahead and head there and see what we need to do. Luckily with Genshin, since there's voice acting, I don't have to talk so much, so I won't be straining my voice as much compared to when I was playing Pokemon yesterday. But hey, But Pokemon runs was pretty good yesterday. I wasn't expecting to get gym done. Got 2 badges, which is a good place to be right now. I do want to keep doing more, but do more after I catch up with Genshin. Talk to the members of the theater. Wait. This is Nilu's character story. You know, I kind of thought it was Into the Hinterland and... Okay, there's 2 of them. So there's this. Let's start with this first. It could be Terranari and Nilu's quest that you both have to complete before you can actually complete the main story. So it might be twice as much work as I kind of thought there would be. But not too worried. Character quests usually don't last too long. Usually one session should be enough to complete a character story. So I'm just hoping I have enough time for 2.
We're here. This should be... Huh? Where's the crab?
Especially when I'm kind of like midway with both these character stories.
Did it secretly scuttle away?
Yeah, last time we were looking for a mechanical crab to look for a withering zone that's causing issues.
Huh. The traps weren't triggered, so it should still be here. Odd.
Oh, it's just camouflaged. It's here.
You honored our agreement and waited here until we returned. As such, I'll hold up my end and give you another mechanical part. Keep it safe. I'm not giving you another one if you lose it. Glad you're satisfied. If you want more mechanical parts, take us deeper into the contaminated region. I want to see what happened there. What caused the Avidya forest to become like this?
Send off to the animated region. So, kind of makes sense that you gotta have this kind of done before you get to the conclusion of the main story.
The contaminated region that everyone's been talking about. Oh, it definitely looks different from normal. It's like really creepy and suffocating.
Do you feel unwell at all?
I'm doing fine so far.
Good. It's as I predicted. Elemental power confers a degree of resistance against the contaminated region's influence.
How do you know that?
I haven't entered the contaminated region for a proper investigation, but I've conducted quite a few controlled experiments. My observations during our time here have all but confirmed my hypothesis. Look at these flowers. How are they different from normal?
They're brighter?
This flower species is formally known as the Sumeru rose, but it is also known as the ley line lodestar. They're sensitive to ley lines and emit varying amounts of light in response. Excessive brightness indicates a dangerous level of ley line activity in the surrounding area. From the looks of things, the ley lines around here are already out of control.
You're saying the contamination here is coming from ley lines?
I can't confirm that right now, but I think that is the case. Let's take another look around and see if we can discover more clues.
Yeah, so one thing we do know is this like corruption that's going on. The withering is kind of being caused by the forbidden knowledge incident that happened in the past. But once you finish the main story where everything should be 100% purified, technically all this should go away, right? Not only the withering, but also all the illness people have been having.
You know, we haven't seen any animals this entire time. The
Good
birds
point.
used to chirp really loudly, and there were a lot of foxes.
This contaminated region currently appears to have a critical efflux of ley line energy, which is probably the root cause of the patient's cognitive disturbances. Some animals have keen awareness. They sensed something abnormal in this area and fled.
Leaky ley lines sure can cause a lot of damage, huh?
Like how plants have preferred growth conditions, we also gradually habituate to our surrounding environment. Climate, temperature, humidity, intensity of ley line energies. When people live under fixed conditions, they reach a sort of homeostasis with their environment. This equilibrium is broken when the surrounding environment abruptly changes, causing people's bodies to react in abnormal ways. If normal fluctuations in temperature occur, then our bodies automatically adjust. However, the average person cannot adapt to changes in ley line energy, and so they fall ill.
Ah, I see.
Then why are we okay?
I'm not sure why you are, but he and I are fine because our elemental capabilities allow us to adapt to this kind of change. Of course, it's not a good idea to spend too much time in areas with concentrated ley line energy. The only one who can freely traverse this place is probably the mechanical crab. That's about it for the investigation. Help me find an open space. I want to test something.
Purification device. Here?
Environment, no wind. Target parameters, normal. Setup complete. Excellent. Looks like it's working.
What's this?
A purification device that I made. It can absorb excess ley line energy and temporarily stabilize an area.
What a neat thing! Let's set up more and cover the entire region!
I wouldn't mind if that would actually work. Unfortunately, once this contamination is present, it isn't something that a few purification devices can fix. The purification devices have their limits. At best, they can only prevent the contaminated region from expanding temporarily. If we want to permanently eradicate the contamination from the ley line effluents, we'll need to tackle the source.
The heart of the contaminated region?
That's right.
Huh? The mechanical crab is acting a little strange.
Sounds like he's kind of
Something's
guarding something.
approaching.
Oh,
That's it. Now that the ley line energy has stabilized, the monsters that had left are starting to return. Get rid of them quickly. Don't let them get close to the purification device.
yeah, they don't know what's best for them. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
And away I go!
Gotcha.
Whew! That's all of them!
Hope they're friends.
Hey! Where are you? Wait for us! Let's hurry and keep up! The mechanical crab went that way! Let's keep up!
Help! Help!
Phone's here.
Busted.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind strike!
Things are about to get dicey. My apologies. Yeah! Ah!
Are you okay?
Spare me! Please spare me!
What are you even doing here?
Hey! Are you okay?
These injuries are superficial. Don't move, I'll patch you up.
Who are you all? What happened to those mechanical monsters?
Don't worry, we took care of them.
Oh, good. That's good.
I mean, he could have. Didn't he just see what we did to them?
It's a monster! Hurry, attack it!
How do we explain this? Krabby here isn't a bad guy. It heard you shouting for help and brought us here to rescue you.
It's faking it. It has to be. Maybe it's gonna partner up with the other mechanical monsters and kill me. Do you know what's inside the forest? It's all crawling with mechanical freaks. I just came here to pick herbs, but I accidentally went into the contaminated region and almost died.
Jeez, this almost sounds like discrimination, doesn't it?
I gotta get out of here. Ah, yes. I have to escape. Be careful. These mechanical life forms are up to no good. It'd be best if you stayed far, far away from them.
Also, this guy sounds really sus, no matter how you look at it.
No wonder the academia wanted to completely ban the existence of mechanical life forms. Those things should be annihilated!
Are you okay?
His inarticulate speech and bodily tremors indicate psyche disruption. He's been inside the contaminated region for too long. Purified the ley line energy over there. Follow this path out and you'll soon see the village. At that point, someone will bring him to Kale for help. I already prepared medication that will return him to normal.
It looks like it's expecting something.
So you think you did a good job and want a part as your reward?
It's so hard to understand.
Alright, regardless of what you're thinking, you did some real good this time. That's why I'll give you another mechanical part. Need any help with it? Guess not. Well, make sure to hang on to it. What was going through your owner's mind when he made you, I wonder? You're like a giant mechanical crab on the outside and a fluffy little hamster on the inside.
That's a funny way to describe it.
And also, how do you feel about that person saying that you're as evil as the other mechanical life forms?
Okay, it definitely doesn't understand you.
It's more like we can't understand it.
It seems like it possesses limited understanding only towards matters related to mechanical components. Help others to get parts. That's probably its thought process. As for why it, or rather its owner, is collecting so many components, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because in the end, what these like machines do, it's really based on what the owner programmed them to do in the first place. So it's not like they have any ill intentions in the first place. Like, they don't just naturally just attack things, right? That's something the owner have already decided for them to do.
It's getting late, so let's set up camp for the night. We'll explore further tomorrow, after a night's rest.
Oh, we actually have to set up a
Over
tent.
here! Come on, you big lummox, raise your head and look up!
I see you. Give me a second.
Let's set up camp here.
Alright, Paimon also thinks it's a good spot.
Oh. Any particular reason?
This place is perfect to put up a big tent. We can also set up a cooking pot and cook tons of delicious food.
A very Paimon reason.
You're not wrong, but the primary reason for choosing this place is because its higher elevation keeps us away from the water vapor below. Rainforests are very wet, You should always be careful when spending the night in damp places. For the next tasks at hand, let's divide and conquer. I'll set up the tent, you'll be in charge of making the fire, and Paimon will forage for edibles nearby.
Leave it to Paimon. Paimon's a pro.
She's probably just gonna eat it before she brings it back.
I'm not expecting that much. Just do what you can. That's right. You can use rushes to start a fire in the wilderness. Their piths are relatively dry and can be readily set aflame. The downside is that they produce a lot of smoke.
Traveler, Tainari, Paimon couldn't find any food.
Kinda figured.
Paimon didn't know that rainforest had so many interesting plants until we came here. They were all sort of weird-looking mushrooms, but Paimon didn't know which ones were edible. Paimon also saw wild berries on the ground, and Paimon was gonna fly over and pick them up, but the dead leaves on top suddenly started moving. It freaked Paimon out.
Those were probably deadleaf butterflies. They camouflage as dead leaves to evade predators. My guess is that they mistook you for a bird when you flew over, so they fled. Little did they know that you were more scared than they were. Never mind. The tent's up, so you two go rest. I'll forage for food. Oh, you found some already.
Oh. Yeah, my gratitude. It's more useful than Paimon.
Hey! Paimon understands it this time. It wants mechanical parts again.
Sorry, no part this time.
Uh-oh.
That
Oh, he's
task
sad.
Isn't important enough. If every little thing resulted in a reward, then it might start to take advantage of the system. I'll note little things like this and give a cumulative reward at a later time.
Are you running low on parts?
That is one reason.
It looks really sad.
After some further thought, it might come up with some weird misunderstanding if I don't give it something. All right, here's another for you. I'm off to prepare dinner. We'll take shifts on lookout duty tonight. You two can sleep first. I'll wake you up later.
We need lookouts?
Yes. Even though most animals fled because of the ley lines, we can't completely let down our guard.
Yeah.
It's settled then. I'll set up some pest-repelling devices so poisonous insects don't come crawling into the tent. Have a good night. Not too good, though.
Okay. So we're going to the tent to rest. Oh. I was wondering if the crab would be still around here, but I guess not.
Paimon's getting sleepy. Is this because of the ley lines? It's been a while since we camped outside like this. This is like when we just started adventuring together. Nighty-night.
You're awake earlier than I expected. Did you sleep well?
Very well.
That's good. I was worried that you two wouldn't be able to sleep, so I specially used 2 of my homemade incenses.
Oh, so that's why Paimon fell asleep very easily.
Don't worry. They're made from all natural ingredients. They have a light fragrance and aren't harmful to the body.
I mean, but wouldn't it make you sleepy too?
Speaking of which, have you seen the crab?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering earlier.
Scampering around over there just now, but I don't know where it went.
Are you wary of it?
So you can tell. My suspicion is less towards the crab and more directed to its unrevealed owner. A ley line effluence of this magnitude occurred without any warning. Someone probably disrupted the natural flow of the ley lines. Until we fully understand the situation, take extra caution. The academia has banned mechanical lifeform research for years, so the origin of these creatures is very suspect.
Ban research. The Academia previously conducted research on mechanical life forms?
Topics related to mechanical lifeforms were popular in the Spontama for a time. Some of my juniors had also thrown themselves into such research. They proposed an intriguing idea. Use our knowledge to create a new and practical lifeform that could help humanity conquer nature. However, no matter which modules or parts are installed, a machine is innately a construct that receives and executes commands. They can never possess self-awareness like us or other living organisms. In their pursuit to discover the differences between mechanical and biological life forms, zealous researchers performed unregulated vivisections and other absurdly cruel experiments on animals. Research on mechanical life forms was thus banned. The irony is that the researchers became even more impetuous afterward. Who knows? Maybe this subject will be unbanned in a few years.
Do you not like this area of research?
That's a difficult question to answer. I'm interested in the topic of mechanical life, but I don't like the researchers' attitudes.
Anything in particular, or because the conquest of nature is bad?
It's just my personal opinion. My ancestors and the Veluka Shuna of the desert coexisted together and supported one another. The bloodline of my people was born from this symbiotic relationship. So to me, all life is important. To understand life, you must first respect it. Life is not an expendable commodity, and knowledge should not be wielded like a scepter. These are the points of contention I have with some researchers, and why I left the academia. By placing yourself above other life forms, what kind of results do you expect to get from researching pure life with impure intentions?
I understand what you mean.
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear it. Coffee? Did you prepare this for us?
It looks like it wants a reward again.
All right. Seeing that you're working so hard to help out, I'll give you another part. You're not planning on using it. Many of your own parts are critically degraded, and you're running low on power. All right. Suit yourself. Oh, and thanks for the coffee, but I'm about to go to sleep. Leave it with him. The night watch is yours. Stay safe.
Yeah, I got this.
Sorry. Paimon slept through the entire night.
Your punishment is solo watch duty.
Don't worry. Paimon will be sure to stay awake next time.
Good morning, Traveler and Paimon. Quick question. Do you feel off at all?
Well, I'm a little dizzy.
Me too. The farther in we go, the closer we get to the source of the ley line effluence. We'll be heading out earlier today. I'll take down the tent.
Is there something we can do?
Extinguish our fire so we don't set the entire forest aflame. Also, retrieve the pest-repelling devices from last night. We don't want to affect the ecosystem here.
Got it! Paimon will take care of the fire.
I'll retrieve the pest repelling devices.
All right. Let's meet back here later.
It's right there, though. Right? Or is it somewhere else? Oh, this is probably meant for... Oh, no, it is it. Okay. I was thinking of something else, and this is like something else for sleeping, but it's the same thing. Oh.
All right. It's about time to head out. As we go further in, we may encounter more berserk machines. The effects of the ley lines will also increase. If you're struggling, it would be wise to avoid conflict. Try to conserve as much energy as possible until we reach the source of the contamination.
Gotcha.
As I thought, the closer we get to the contamination source, the more mechanical monsters that appear.
It's not that bad.
Quietly now.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Here comes the catch.
This kind of sucks that these two are kind of apart, but it'll be easy to beat, I guess. Oh,
Take flight. Busted.
Wind strider. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Things are about to get dicey.
hmm? What'd you find?
It stopped here.
Upon closer inspection, the plants here are really different. Leyline energies are also stronger here. This may be the place we've been looking for. Ready yourselves. We're going in.
Unusual place. Oh, it's a domain. Dendro, electro, fire, and water. Here, I can go ahead and add one
I've been
dendro.
waiting for you for ages.
I'd be missing electro, but I'm hoping I don't need to worry about it. Actually, wait. Tinari is here. Tinari is part of my dendro. Okay, if that's the case, I just need to worry about electro. I have everything covered. Okay, let's go in.
There's a ton of mechanical monsters here. They made this place their lair.
Looks like there's no way to sneak by. Let's take care of them quickly.
Working as quickly as I can.
Whirling snow.
Ooh, I need to double check if I see any chests. Huh. Doesn't that look kind of weird? It's almost like a statue? Pipe? I don't know. Weird place. A lot of pipes. What's this?
What is this?
Never seen a machine like this before.
Leyline energy is spilling out from here. This device, it's extracting energy from the ley lines without end. Who in the world would do this without considering the consequences? The ley lines won't be able to repair themselves if their flow is perpetually disrupted like this.
That's terrible. We have to stop it. Let Paimon see. Paimon doesn't see controls anywhere.
Starting to get dizzy.
Standing here is equivalent to being directly showered in leyline energy, which may cause irreversible damage to your body. Take Paimon and get out of here. I'll see if I can find a way to turn this thing off.
But you're also vulnerable to the ley lines, right? We're staying. We can't leave you here by yourself.
Then let's look for it together. If there is no control unit here, then there must be a trapdoor somewhere.
Oh, you know the way.
You know where it is? Hey, wait for us!
chest. Wait, what's with this door? That's an interesting door.
What's this? It'll only show up if you step on it?
Be careful and watch your step.
Oh, what? Someone's here.
Look! Someone's here! Are you the one that's taking the ley line's energy? Turn off that machine now! Why aren't you saying anything? Too ashamed?
His body is cold. It's emaciated, and his eyes are sunken, likely from chronic malnourishment and stress. He collapsed and never got back up. What exactly happened here? Almost forgot about you. Here, this is the last one.
What is it doing?
I'm not sure. Judging by this room's layout, this place was a laboratory. We should find a repository of research documents if we keep going. The file room will definitely give us some clues, so let's go take a look. Maybe we can piece together what happened here.
One of that robot's or that crab's trying to save his corner by fixing something. Anyways, let's go look for documents.
Wow! It's huge in here!
Yeah, it's huge.
This place is a natural hiding spot with how hidden it is. The pipes continue further.
Did you two find anything?
There are a lot of lab notes, but it would take way too long to read through them all. I found a tape recording used for an experiment, and based on its serial number, it's from 2 years ago.
2 years.
Tape recording?
Yes, the Spontama created a device that visually records experiments and consolidates the final production into a tape. However, these devices are expensive to make and aren't entirely stable. That's why they are only used in some laboratories and do not see wider usage.
Come on, let's watch it.
Hold on, let me figure out how to play the tape. It goes in there. Ah, okay, this should do it.
Kakata? Kakata? Seriously, I look away for 1 second and you're gone?
Oh, that's his name.
There you are. Look here. This is our new home. I, Abatui, will unleash my talents here and amaze those ancient fossils at the Academia. Oh, you're also quite happy. Kakata, do you know what we're about to do? Yes, I thought not. Listen up, Kakata. I'm going to make a mechanical life form that can be mass-produced. The technology will be unlike anything else that exists. I'll use mechanical organs, and electric currents will course through them like blood. A steel-cast heart that will beat forever, and a brain of myriad components that can think like mine. Inspiration from the ruins and the research that the Academia had banned. I hope everything can start anew from this place. When you can understand our language and live among us, you will no longer be a boring machine, but a truly living being. It's fine. You will understand. One day, you will understand me.
Karkata is the mechanical crab, right?
That's correct. It's interesting though, right? Like, how long ago was that?
And that researcher named Abatui said he wanted to prove something to the Academia?
Yeah, he hit it here to do this research because it's banned.
I remember now. I had a junior researcher named Abatui. He was expelled from the Academia for researching mechanical life forms.
Junior researcher?
Junior researcher? He didn't seem that bad, right? He didn't seem like he was doing something ill intentioned when he was talking to our crab friend. In fact, he seems like he's like friends with the crab friend.
Yeah? What's wrong?
Nothing. Paimon was just wondering, does Karkatui look older than you?
He is, but academic progression isn't tied to age. I finished my studies a while ago, so subsequent students generally considered me as their senior.
Oh.
Of course, age can be an issue. For a while, people always dragged me into pictures. I felt like some kind of animal on display. That isn't important. Let's go and see if we can find other tape recordings.
Yeah, he probably is young. Oh, need to charge my battery. Forgot about that. Oh. More documents, right?
Look, look! Paimon found another tape! A date is written on it. Let Paimon see. Oh, it's from a half a year ago!
Feels like they're powering up these machines using the ley lines from the
That's
sounds of
quite
it.
the time gap. I wonder what happened in between.
It's rare that you malfunction because of an operational error. Seems that making coffee is still somewhat difficult for you. Or is there an issue with my set parameters? All right, there you go. Water entered the Keela and caused it to short circuit, so it couldn't receive signals from the ganglion. Look at me, talking to you like this. You can't understand me anyway, can you? It's fine. I swapped in some new parts, so you should be all right now. Try moving around. Everything in working order? Be more careful next time. We're tight on money right now, so we don't have a lot of parts or power to spare. I'm glad. Karkata, did you know? Yesterday, I dreamed that you could talk. Aren't the bunch at the Academia always saying things like, mechanical intelligence is just an extension of statistics? They were blown away when they saw us talking with each other. Too bad it was just a dream. Forget holding a conversation with me. You're so simple that you probably wouldn't even notice if I died. Never mind. I should probably be worrying about next month's power.
After Abatui left the Academia, everyone lost contact with him. I thought he was so despondent that he gave up on researching mechanical life forms. Instead, he had holed up here and continued his experiments.
Paimon doesn't feel like he's a bad person. He even changed out Karkata's broken parts. Why would he mess with ley lines?
Well, he did mention something about power.
Let's keep looking around.
I mean, it's just I guess it's just a result of what happens when someone is doing things without fully knowing the consequences.
Following the serial numbers, the next recording should be here. The writing is sloppy. Perhaps his state of mind had changed. There's also an undated tape in the wrong spot. Doesn't seem like Abatui put it there.
Maybe Karkata helped him with sorting.
It's hard to say. These are the last two tape recordings. Let's watch them.
Sorry, Karkata. I was just thinking about something. Today might become a special day.
Wait, is he sick?
In my recent experiments, I successfully gave you a living being's instincts. When you're low on power, or if one of your parts is damaged, you will prioritize your survival command and proactively recharge or replace your parts. That is a very dangerous thing. And today, I did something even more dangerous. I've officially activated the third-generation ley line extractor. The ley lines will serve as our power source from now on. Conducting research on mechanical life forms requires a large amount of power. Even if I scrimped and saved, the more I have wouldn't last for long. I'm also getting tired, Karkata. I don't know what's driving me to continue with this research anymore. They say that even if it simulates the operation of a living creature's organs, a machine is still an ice-cold tool. I want to prove them wrong. I want to turn you into a living, breathing, and talking being. I'm not talking about anything cheerful, Karkata. Modules for language, emotion, and movement. I've been working my absolute hardest to augment and refine your functionalities, but I've never seen an effective response. You are my finest success, but even you can't understand me. All you can do is execute limited responses based on preset commands or keywords. Karkata, I wish you could speak to me, even just once. Yes, you cannot understand me, so you cannot answer me either. It is what it is. In a few days, I'll sell the failed ley line extractor for some more and continue my experiments. Life goes on, and I have to as well. I don't have any other choice. This is new. If I place another 2 control modules here to simulate the brain's thalamus... of course my heart decides to act up now. Why did I cut medication from our expenses? Karkata, come help me. Strange. I feel weak. Oh no, I have to shut down the extractor. Shut it off. If we let them recharge indefinitely, they'll go out of control.
He knows what he was doing. He's just too sick to be able to handle things.
Right. I never input a command to shut down the extractor, so you don't understand what I'm saying. In the end, it's just like the academia said. Mechanical life forms only bring danger. My research... Was there any point to it at all? I'm sorry, Karkata. In the end, I still wasn't able to turn you into a true mechanical life form.
Of tragic.
I see. So the ley line effluence was an accident. After Abatui's unexpected death, the mechanical monsters were driven by their instincts and continuously drew out power from the ley line extractor. This eventually resulted in severe damage to the ley lines.
And Karkata...
Paimon understands. Then why didn't Karkata go haywire like the other machines?
Because Karkata is different from the other machines. Structures similar to living organisms, the ability to cry and laugh, and capacity for independent thought. To Abatui, only a machine with these features could be considered a mechanical life form. Perhaps only by building such a machine could he have the academia acknowledge his protracted research. But if he had slowed down and saw Karkata as a friend instead of an experimental product, he would have noticed. Karkata can't speak. And yet it cares about Abatui far more than it does about itself.
What does that mean?
You'll see in a bit. But before that, we have a more urgent task at hand. First, let's find the control unit for the ley line extractor and shut it down.
Yeah, first things first. Was it just this? Oh, that's how that works. Okay. Never did that before. Oh, what? That's an interesting trap.
More of this transparent flooring. It feels like a maze.
Yo, why did he make it this hard to turn off that ley line generator? What? It's telling me to go up. I don't see a way up. Oh. It's invisible, that's why. Can't exactly just, well, I could actually if I can't fall down in her mode. Same thing with Sayu and on. Not a big issue. Oh. Oh, that's right. I don't have Kaza. No, 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 no. I was like trying to do like a double jump to get back up, but either way, it's fine.
Below us is the final room. The control unit is likely in there.
The way ends here. Wanna try jumping down?
There would be enemies. Lost all of my energy because I fell down earlier, though.
Gotcha. Oz, reveal thyself. My apologies. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, more enemies.
And away I go! Ninjutsu!
Busted. I summon thee.
Ouch.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Okay.
This should be the control unit. Once we turn it off, the ley line extractor should also shut down. Without an external force damaging the ley lines, they should start to slowly repair themselves. Oh, but I bet you two are more worried about Karkata. Let's head back.
Yeah, let's see what it's up to. Wait. Beyond that, there's not a chest that I'm missing, right? Well, looks like it's not. Just this one, I suppose. Back. He's trying to repair him with parts. He doesn't realize that living beings are a little bit different from mechanical beings. Surprised the body didn't decompose by now or something. I think it's crying. Yeah, sad.
Karkata has been collecting parts because it thinks doing so will fix its owner?
Karkata is unable to understand the concept of death. However, it probably remembers when Abatui replaced its parts when it malfunctioned, and how that restored it to an operational state. It's true that Karkata isn't able to think or understand many topics, but it is like a small child that imitates what adults do.
So that's why it kept stealing mechanical parts. But it can't repair its owner, no matter how hard it tries.
Yes, but the important thing is that it formed the thought of wanting to repair Abatui. No one knows how this thought came to be, but it has even suppressed the instincts that Abatui had installed. If it really is as we've predicted, this research truly will make waves in the academia. It might have been possible to achieve this with ancient technology, but no one has been able to do the same with modern tools.
Karkata? Karkata? Can you hear Paimon? Tainari says you're awesome!
Not responding.
It reached its limit. It hasn't recharged this entire time, nor has it replaced its severely damaged parts. It's a miracle that it managed to hang on for so long. I'm going to confirm that the ley line extractor has shut down. Come with me. Let them be alone for a while.
Funny, because he sort of achieved what was after, even though it's not like completely the way he had hoped. How's it looking?
The ley line extractor has ceased operations. Traces of ley line energy are still in the atmosphere, but the effluence's source has been stopped. The purification devices will handle the rest. Moving on, those affected by the ley lines need immediate care. We'll put up an announcement on the bulletin board about the dangers of entering the contaminated region, and for symptomatic individuals to find Kale.
Well, what happens to Karkanta?
According to the Academia's policies, we need to bring everything back. Research materials related to mechanical life forms will be destroyed, and Karkata will be disassembled and sealed away.
What the heck?
You two should return first. I'll take care of things here. Although we've stopped the source of the effluence, the ley line energy in the air exceeds normal values. Your bodies won't be able to hold up if you continue to stay here.
But...
Listen, the Traveler hasn't rested very well, right? Also, it'll take some time to pack up all the research documents. You're not familiar with this research after all, so you won't be of much use here. Tell the Adventurers Guild that the incident has been resolved, and then get some sleep. We can discuss matters tomorrow. Oh, and don't talk about Abatui. The fewer that know about mechanical life form research, the better.
All right. Then let's go back to Catherine.
Guess that's the final chest. Wasn't really expecting like a tragic story like this when I'm walking in here. You know, and you would be expecting the Wuthering. Not this. And the story about that researcher. I would have thought he was like some kind of mad scientist or something, but no, he had like a noble goal. Just this is time. It's kind of sad to think that, yeah, you would have to gather all those research documents just to get it destroyed. If there's rules like that, there's almost no point to really do that in the first place, right? Or just leave it as it is. It'll be interesting to see what Nari would end up doing with everything there. He seems to know what he what's best so far for everybody. Hey, Catherine, we did what we were tasked to do.
Anyway, so the contaminated region turned out to be a ley line effluence deep in the forest. Things are already getting back to normal.
I see. Thank you for your hard work. Once the excess ley line energy dissipates from the air, we should be able to make an announcement for residents to resume their normal activities. This is the stipulated reward. Please accept it.
Is Karkata going to be sent back to the academia? It's already damaged, but Paimon feels sad thinking about it getting disassembled.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, then how about we find Tainari tomorrow and ask him not to do that? Paimon really wants to go right now, but Tainari said that we would discuss matters tomorrow. We'll probably make him mad if we go now, huh?
Probably.
Alright then, we'll find Tainari tomorrow and tell him not to disassemble Karkata.
Oh, gotta wait for tomorrow. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna fake Karkata's death? Technically, if I was him, I would have probably built a fake Karkata and turned that in instead. But that's just me, just...
How are you feeling? Sleep well? We should go find Tainari. How do you think we should ask him?
Yeah, not only that, fix Karkata himself, and I guess hide him away. Well, we'll see what Tainari decides.
Tainari!
Shh, keep your voice down. The lilac daphne, a daphne of the genus Thameliaceae, has a strong anticonvulsant effect, can be made into an anesthetic powder. Extrapolating from these two datasets, it would be particularly potent against Piscine species. Hey, make sure you're getting all this down.
Oh!
Karkata?
He's just out here in the open.
I thought I told you all to keep your voices low. Plants aren't afraid of noise, but your shouting is making my ears ring.
You didn't disassemble Karkata?
Why would I do that?
But Paimon thought you said, according to the academia's policies...
Oh, but maybe he has higher authority.
So that's why you two barged in like barbarians at this hour. Fine, I suppose I wasn't clear enough about this yesterday. What I meant was, according to the academia's policies, all products of research must be destroyed. That's why we can't let the academia discover that place.
So the real reason you stayed back was to...
Anyway, the first thing I did was repair Karkata. During my time at the academia, I took an elective course at the Spantama. Who knew it would prove useful one day? We then buried Abatui together. After organizing the research materials, I kept some as a souvenir. Most of it was burned to hide the evidence. I'm not with the academia, so what do their policies have to do with me? On the other hand, I am the forest watcher of the Avidya forest. I have a duty to protect all life in the forest.
Oh, and you consider Karkata as life, as part of the forest.
All life brought forth in this world has meaning, and Karkata is no exception. If it exists, then it shouldn't be carelessly abandoned or destroyed.
That's great! Wait, you just said life form. You recognize Karkata as a true living being now?
The possibility exists, is all. It's hard to explain Karkata's efforts to repair Abatui. Abatui only left behind a small portion of his research. Who knows how many commands he installed? Maybe a conflict between all those commands resulted in this sort of behavior. From a more rigorous perspective, it is impossible to conclude that Karkata is a real life form. But the possibility exists. I am willing to believe in that. By the way, I'm not interested in continuing research on this subject. I'm just letting it hang out here because this place is relatively secluded. But as things stand now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to make it my research assistant. At the very least, it can record my experiments. What do you think?
Pay him a job. Science Nari is actually very similar to that researcher that passed away, Abatui. So, this is a but we went to end Tanara's story here. Ooh, sorry about that. Huh. Okay, so the question now is, yeah, I'm still blocked. I still have Nilu's story left, and unlike Tanari, Nilu's is kind of early on, so I don't know how long this would take. Here, let's just go take a look a little bit first. Then, if it seems like it's going to take a little bit longer, then I could postpone it the next time. Last thing I remember is we're just out shopping with Nilu to kind of get ready for her post festival party that she's celebrating. Wait, how do I get in? I'm still not used to traveling around the city. Right way? Looks like the right way. Okay, what were we even trying to talk to them for?
Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go on the stage as you please.
We're here with Nilu.
Ah, I see. Sorry for my overreaction. I'm just, making a prop. No time for chit-chat.
Is that embroidery?
No. Well, yes, but not really. It's a prop. It's just, some fabric. An ordinary piece of fabric that we use in a show. Sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
Sorry to bother you.
What an oddball. Is prop making something to be that jumpy about? Oh well, it's none of our business.
Yeah, it was a little sus. Yeah, let's continue to talk to everybody else.
Hey there!
Ah, a newcomer. Doesn't look too bright.
Hey! Talk about judging a book by its cover!
You, on the other hand, you're a special one. How would you describe the concept of art?
Art? Why are you asking that all of a sudden?
Mere curiosity is all. It makes no difference whether you answer or not.
It is a tangible manifestation of human sentiments?
So that's what you think, Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but nothing exceptional. Is art a product that we create and bring forth, or is it a naturally existing resource? I, for one, believe it to be the latter.
Paimon doesn't follow.
I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I'd assist them in penning lines of dialogue, but most of my time I just stand back and watch. I prefer to abstain from writing as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of Nilu, and of humanity itself, all of these can be considered as forms of art. It is not some intangible construct beyond the horizon.
How does that have anything to do with us?
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the meaning of art?
To serve an answer to your questions?
I suppose that question was a little too difficult for you. To chance upon a spark of inspiration. I have been closely observing you, the players on the stage, and those watching in the audience. Art is already all around us.
Oh, he's a very deep thinker. Hey, and who's the third one?
Hey there. I saw you two helping Nilu move some stuff. Are you two also here for the celebration event?
You got it!
My name is Raykar. Nadia and I are this theater's prop engineers. I also help out with some other tasks like housekeeping. The little ones causing a ruckus are my children, Soreen and Abi. I hope they aren't bothering you. They always get really excited every time we hold a celebration event.
They're so lively.
Yes, they are. Everyone here takes great care of them. There's good work here, the pay's always on time, and Nilu and the others will often volunteer to play with the kids. I'm quite content with this current way of life.
Do you mean your life wasn't nearly as good before?
I'm on.
It's all right. It's all water under the bridge now. My husband and I were both adventurers, but he passed away from an accident. Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then, I haven't been able to spend much of my energy on anything else. But I still consider myself lucky. Mr. Zubair has helped me a lot, and the atmosphere here is tolerant and kind.
Sorry for bringing up such sad memories.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Once the event starts, you'll be able to see for yourself the kind of atmosphere I was talking about.
Look! Nilu's back! Let's meet up with her. The event's probably about to start.
Hey, let's go see what happens.
Sorry for the wait. Preparations for the celebration are finally done. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
Thank you.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be a part of the exchange. As it is, all we can do is wait and watch.
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. I didn't do that great of a job, and who would even like it?
Oh, don't think like that. Remember our promise? We're going to give everyone a pleasant surprise. And besides, you've never attended a celebration event before, so this will be a great opportunity. Everyone will love you.
I'm still not really sure about this.
Guess this is why she was nervous. She was working on a little secret project prop.
There's nothing to be worried about. Just take a step forward and give yourself a chance. There aren't any scary people here, right?
Right.
Huh. All right. Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here! Inaya has something great to tell you all.
Wait! I've already said that I'm not ready yet. What should I say?
Take it easy and relax. Deep breath, in and out. Once you've taken a long exhale, calmly tell everyone what you want to say. If you don't say anything, then all the hard work we put into embroidery practice would have gone to waste.
Using it as a gift, though? It really isn't that good.
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually preparing a present.
Yeah, she looks very nervous. Not very good at expressing herself.
Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really see herself as part of this community.
Forgot about that hat that we have. Well, not really a hat. It's a what do you call it? Not like a crown either. A wreath? Is it wreath? Something like that.
But it looks like Nilu's trying to ease her through.
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present for Miss Inaya!
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more nervous she'll become. You've worked on it for so long, so have some confidence. Don't be afraid.
You've got this.
Is Mr. Zubair here?
Hmm?
Sheikh Zubair, this is an urgent notice from the Academia. This celebration, or whatever it is, must stop at once.
What a condescending guy. What's his deal?
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders, we have decided to demolish it. As its manager, you must halt all operations and dismiss all staff members within 30 days, after which you will report to the Academia for further punishment.
What?
Why? Why force us to do this all of a sudden?
Little girl, this is not the first time you've been issued a warning.
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked, and now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days. How am I supposed to explain this to my customers and staff?
That issue is of no concern to me, Mr. Zubair. You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you can reflect on the reasons why you have failed to prepare for the scenario in advance.
Demolition? Why do they want to demolish this place?
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. To them, what we do is all a waste of time. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us several times in the past to improve the quality of our performances by only putting on shows they consider to be sufficiently intellectual. But our audience isn't the Academia. It's the people of the Grand Bazaar. If our shows are too difficult to understand or too removed from everyday life, nobody would watch them anymore. Changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would also directly lead to the loss of our livelihoods.
If the theater actually gets demolished, many people would become displaced.
Yeah, the theater is very important to each and every one of us.
The way they're doing things is so scummy.
But I also don't know how we can stop them.
I do not wish to explain everything again from the beginning. Time is of the essence, so you should act with haste instead of asking frivolous questions.
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an abrupt notice is contrary to established policy.
Ask whoever you will, the answer will remain the same. We have already given you sufficient notice.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Whoa. Their daughter and father and daughter? Oh god. Ooh.
Huh? Father? Their family?
What academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just using the Academia's name to threaten us. Let me tell you, even if you manage to tear down this place, nothing is going to change. You've always been awful. But even I never thought my father would sink this low.
This is strictly business. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you do, or what you think. I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by folly. I will not waste more time on pointless arguments. Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we can do. That's it for today, everyone. Let's clean up. I'll go talk to them again tomorrow. The storms that come out of the blue are always the hardest to deal with.
Oh, that was very unfortunate. I guess the whole gift idea is also down the drain. Very sad. Okay, Nilu?
Sorry. I invited you thinking this was going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know that things would turn out like this.
There's no need to apologize, Nilu. No one could have seen this coming. Oh, Paimon just wishes she could have at least gotten to the food. Is what that guy said true? The Academia has already given you many warnings?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've always seen us as being meaningless. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room for the arts. But if that's all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater.
So it really has something to do with Naya. I mean, the father wasn't really happy that a daughter is part of this group.
After Inaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She rarely talks about her family. All I know is that she didn't get along with them. I never expected it to blow up like this.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason to listen to the Academia, right?
You can ask Nahida to lend a hand.
Nahida? You mean Lesser Lord Kusanali?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the Academia could get, surely they can't win against Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like we shouldn't bother her with such a trivial problem. Plus, if the Dendro Archon were to intervene, then it wouldn't feel like our victory was earned.
That's true. Who cares? Let's just take him in a fight.
That won't solve the underlying problem. Yeah, we won't always be here.
That's true.
I'll try to think of something. We can't just let everyone suffer in a perpetual state of fear and uncertainty. What to do?
Can you pretend to shut down, but secretly continue to hold your shows somewhere else? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out. That also doesn't sound like it'll work.
I think a scholar once told me that differences can be settled through a debate.
A debate? Huh. Well, scholars do love to use them to solve their problems, but how would that work in this case?
We just need to prove that the theater's existence has value.
Oh, if we can prove to Inaya's father that the Academia's position doesn't hold water, then they won't have a reason to demolish the theater!
I see. Defeating him in a debate. It's a good idea, but which one of us could hope to win against a researcher? Huh? Me? No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Well, debates aren't arguments. You debate to prove that you are right.
Nilu, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting the theater.
This theater holds a special meaning in all of our hearts. It's irreplaceable. But I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
You'll be fine as long as you prepare. Do my best to help.
Paimon will help too. You'll feel a lot more confident after doing some prep work. Believe in yourself.
Thanks, you two. Alright, I've decided. Even though I may fail, I'll do my very best for everyone's sake.
That's our Nilu! We're rooting for you!
Okay, let's head back and tell everyone what we came up with.
I wonder, could the treasures I discovered in my youth
been left.
Oh, the Cole. Cole's here. She's here? Wait, am I in the right quest though? Okay. Well, Nilu's quest is now blocked, and the main story is now a go. Okay, so maybe we could still wrap up the main story tonight, even though we didn't finish Nilu's story. Okay, let's go ahead and talk to Cole. So the question is now whether Cole, after the whole stuff we did with the main story, is now cured. We could hope so, but we'll know once we actually see her. Kind of weird that the main story and like the side stories keep kind of blocking each other. Wait, she is below here right now. She's above. I kind of want to switch and have Kazuha out. That way I could jump around much more easily. Kind of the reason why I got in the first place.
Good morning. Looks like you're awake. Yep, yep.
Good morning, Cole.
I prepared some breakfast today. Please have a taste. I hope you'll like it.
It's nice to have you here so we can eat something yummy.
Well, now that I've recovered from Elazar, I'm feeling better than ever. I can even prepare 4 or 5 meals a day now.
And Paimon bets they're all delicious.
Oh, by the way, someone brought a letter for you after you went to sleep last night.
Paimon hasn't already read it?
Nope. Paimon wanted to read the letter with you after you woke up. So Paimon didn't open it. Alright, let's read it now. Oh, it's from Nilu. Ahem. We're going to hold a feast at the Grand Bazaar and celebrate Cyno's reinstatement as the General Mahamatra. As heroes of Sumeru, please be sure to attend. I'll wait for you. The date of the banquet is written on the back. It's in 2 days.
Oh, I've also heard that you've become heroes here as well. That's amazing.
It's really not that amazing. We were just doing our part.
Sometimes I'm really envious of strong and confident people like you.
I forgot that she kind of idolizes us, but you're amazing too, Cole.
Oh, you're embarrassing me.
Anyway, let's go to the Grand Bazaar to have a look.
Oh, before you leave, be sure to inform Master Tainari.
There's all the way up here.
Good morning. How do you feel today?
We feel much better. How about you?
How's your wound, Tanari?
I'm recovering well. Thanks for asking.
Well, from the looks of it, you seem to be already busy with work again.
It's fine. I'm not that busy, really. The Elazar patients have recovered, as well as Hypatia. For now, I only need to tend to my Forest Watcher duties.
It seems once Irminsul started getting better, everything else started to recover too.
Yes, but there are still some residual effects. The withering is one example. Though it won't spread anymore, the existing zones won't just disappear. We forest rangers will still need to do the work.
I appreciate that. It's a lot to ask.
By the way, we have some good news. Cyno got his position back.
This news is hardly new. He had already mentioned it to me before.
Huh? You mean he was already here? Why didn't he come to say hi to us?
He visited once, but he was afraid of disturbing you while you were resting. He just asked me a few questions and left.
Then you probably already know all about the celebration feast.
Celebration feast? No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Huh? But didn't Nilu say in her letter that they would celebrate Cyno? He didn't tell you?
Perhaps, or alternatively, he doesn't know about it either.
Come to think of it, Cyno doesn't seem like the type who'd enjoy a celebration feast.
I guess Nilo's only planning on telling him once festivals are underway.
You and Kale are both Kala's close friends. Why don't you come to the feast with us?
Kala has taken over some of my tasks these days. I don't think she'll have time for it. Not to mention me. You see, some VIPs have come to the forest recently.
Hmm?
Huh? VIPs? Very important Paimons?
Well, technically speaking, they are former VIPs. The sages involved in recent incidents have begun their training in the Avidya forest, and the people they had previously imprisoned have all been released.
Huh?
Is your master alright?
Yes, he's a little weak, but he isn't injured and his condition is stable. Lesser Lord Kusanali, in her boundless mercy, has decided to spare Azar and the other wrongdoers. Supposedly, they were ashamed of their shallow ideologies and have decided to dedicate the rest of their lives to cultivating wisdom in the Avidya forest. When they learned that Lesser Lord Kusanali had defeated the Balladeer and saved Irminsul, they were shocked at first, but also became happy, feeling that the sacred light guiding them on the path of discovering wisdom had begun to shine once again. As a result, work has increased for the forest rangers.
That sounds really exhausting.
There's nothing we can do, really. But that's another topic. Back to the matter at hand. Are you two planning to head out?
Ah, right! We're here to request permission to head out. Would that be okay?
You've recovered well. You may go, but be careful.
Yay! Will do!
I think the game's a bit lagging a bit. I don't know why. I mean, not for me, but for you guys on the stream. Go to the Grand Bazaar. Trying to see if there's anything I can do to kind of... I think if I lower the display a bit, might work. Yeah, because I still haven't done a graphics update yet, and less pixels it has to kind of worry about. Should increase the performance of the graphics card, at least give it less load. Just need to make the game a little bit more bigger. The dimension isn't quite one that would fill up the whole screen. Can we please be a little bit smaller? Ooh. It's the next day already. Every time you see this, you know it's getting way too late. Okay, so the good news is I think the frames are back. Okay, let's go ahead and head back. I'm hoping this whole main story stuff isn't that much more longer. Probably one big cutscene of celebration, then we're done, right? Get blocked by Nilo again, then I'm definitely going to sleep.
Well, there won't be any problems if the feast starts at that time. Everything has already been prepared.
Mr. Zubair, I finished tallying things up here. Well, except for the guests.
Is a simple reply really that much to ask of our guests? It's affecting our arrangements.
Oh, it'll be fine. Besides, it never hurts to get things ready in advance.
I was thinking the same thing. The feast will be held sooner or later, right?
Hey, Nilu!
Traveler, Paimon!
We got your letters, so here we are!
You're the best! The other guests haven't even replied yet.
Huh? Are we the only ones that have arrived?
Yeah, I had someone deliver letters to all of our guests. But maybe everyone is still busy with other things.
Look, I get it. Sumeru is in an extremely important period of transition right now, but even if your friends are important figures, they shouldn't just ignore your request like this. Nilou is Sumeru's #1 celebrity after all.
Of course, you're right.
You have no idea how happy I am to talk to people with good taste.
If you consider enjoying Nilu's dances having good taste, then almost everybody has good taste. Because Paimon thinks everybody will love her performance.
That's right. We all think she's amazing too. Nilou is an absolute favorite among those of us who frequent the Grand Bazaar. For Outlanders, you have a great eye. Master Zubair, let's have a vote for the most outstanding audience members next time. I think these two may win.
Nonsense! It is not for us to determine the value of an audience. But indeed, we could try giving gifts to people with particularly good taste. I heard there's a device in Fontaine called a camera that can record people's appearances as pictures. Such pictures would make superb gifts.
Ooh, good idea. I wonder where we can find one.
I don't want you giving pictures of me to everyone. I'm satisfied just being able to perform here.
There's always a lot going on at the Grand Bazaar.
Yeah, and that's why I love it here. Traveler and Paimon, could you help confirm if the letters were actually delivered?
Hello, Gentle Nightmare.
If for some reason they didn't receive the letters, then please tell everyone that there will be a feast here.
Yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm just slowly trying to wrap up with the main story. At least I hope I'm close to wrapping up with it. It is very late, so it won't be up too late at this point. Okay, we'll go back around and check.
Yeah, we can also check out how everything in Sumeru is going now.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind to spare. Do you know where everybody is?
When I wrote the letters, I heard that Dia was in Port Ormos, and Alhaitham was at the Academia. As for Sino, we've only heard that he appears at the Academia from time to time. I'm not too sure about Ramon's whereabouts. My guess is that he's with Dia. As for Dunyarzad, I just hope she's feeling better. I sent her a letter, but I was afraid of disturbing her. If you have time, please ask about her for me.
I'm trying to remember. I think I vaguely remember another despair. It's been a while.
Okay, got it. Let's go, Traveler.
Yeah, I guess we're just going around visiting all the other NPCs at this point. Yeah, I haven't seen Dunyarzad for a really long time. Right? She was like almost in a coma. And I'm sorry if my voice is kind of shaky, because that code is slowly sleeping it. Just kind of bothering me a little bit. Kind of like suppressing it. But shouldn't be too much more longer before it ends. Okay, how high do I need to go? Yeah, it's usually easier to kind of go from top and go down than it is to try to climb up. Wait. Last time we go back up. Oh.
We haven't seen Alhaitham anywhere. Let's ask that person over there. Hey there, have you seen Alhaitham around?
Yes, it seems Scribe Alhaitham has gone to the House of Dana. You should be able to find him there. But you're already the second group of people I've seen looking for him today. He must be quite the busy man.
Oh? Who else was looking for him?
Mr. Cave was just here asking about him. You wouldn't believe how terrible their relationship is. And now you two are here. Don't tell me everyone's here looking for gossip about the sages.
No, not at all.
No way. We're strictly here on business.
Ah, I see. Sorry, I thought maybe everyone's as interested in rumors about the sages as I am.
Enter the house of Diana. Such a fancy house. So, more like a library.
Alhaitham should be around here somewhere, right? Oh, he's over there! But it looks like he might not have time for us.
He's already talking with someone else.
Just put down that worthless book and tell me what happened in the academia.
This is not just some worthless book. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to find a physical book like this in Sumeru?
It doesn't matter. It's probably just another thing that you used your authority to get your hands on anyway. Just put it aside. Listen, I came back today only to hear that the sages have disappeared.
Huh. This guy kind of looks like a playable character.
Oh, you sound surprised. I thought you would already know the inside story.
Would I be here asking you if I knew? You're the scribe, not me. So just tell me what you know already.
Well, I almost became a sage.
Huh?
Oh, don't sound too surprised now. You're the renowned Kaveh, light of the Ksharawar. Besides, as a master builder and craftsman, chances are you'll be appointed as a sage too.
Why do I feel like you don't really mean it?
Huh. What makes you say that? Why would you question my heartfelt sincerity?
These two kind of have like a rivalry going or something.
Maybe it's because you've never said anything good about me before.
Yeah, well, I share a similar sentiment, and anyone who knows you as well as I do would surely do the same.
Oh, you... See? This is why I hate discussing anything with you. Your ridiculous and arrogant attitude always gets in the way.
It seems that you really can't stand my personality.
Ha! What was your first clue?
Well, then you might as well move out of my house.
Are you threatening me? Stooping to a new low, I see. Ugh, and don't change the subject. You, a sage? What a joke. The academia might as well just close tomorrow.
Oh, kiss? Yeah. I mean, they're already living together, apparently.
Are they?
Yeah, it's almost like a couple's like affair, right? But yeah, let's see how this plays out. We're not in a rush anyway.
Forget what's going on with the academia. Haven't you been busy with your construction project? Tell me, when are you going to build yourself a mansion?
Don't get me started. I get angry just thinking about it.
So, what great building did our master architect work on this time?
Like I need to tell you. Keep your nose out of my business.
No, I think we deserve to know. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
I was in the desert for a large project, but considering Haravatat's utter ignorance of architectural and aesthetic matters, you probably wouldn't understand. Which is truly unfortunate. I can only pity the man who doesn't understand the first thing about beauty and romance. Unlike a true... hold on, wait a second. What do you mean by when Sumeru needed me most?
That's what he picked up?
While you were out fiddling around in the desert, many people came together to save Sumeru from a crisis.
Ha! And you think I'd believe that?
Look, all you really need to know is that Azar and all his accomplices have all been overthrown.
Huh? What nonsense are you talking about?
It's no skin off my nose if you don't believe me. It's not like my Darshan was the one trying to apply for funding from the Grand Sage. Yours, though, on the other hand...
You know what? I'll ask around. I'm sure someone knows what's going on here. You're dead if I find out you're lying to me.
Huh. Well, that was an interesting interaction. It's our turn.
Oh, it's you two. What's the matter?
We're running some errands for Nilu. Have you received her letter?
Letter?
Nilu said she sent out a letter inviting everyone to a celebration feast in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. We'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra.
If she addressed the letter to Al Haytham of the Academia, then the letter should have gone to my office. I've been busy these days, so I haven't had time to check for any new mail at my office. I only now have some free time to attend to personal matters.
Have you always been so busy with your work?
Of course not. I'm only busy these days because several sages have been dismissed recently and the whole Academia was practically turned upside down.
Kainari told us they all went to train in the Avidia Forest. Apparently they will spend the rest of their lives there.
That is already the best possible ending for the likes of them.
Yeah, they're pretty much in exile.
4 of the 6 great sages were possessed by their desire for power and attempted to create a new god. In order to pull it off, they even imprisoned the other 2 rational sages. To imagine such things could take place in the Academia. I don't know where to begin.
That's actually crazy when you get to prison your colleagues. Jeez. The 6 great sages sounds pretty powerful.
Yeah, you're right. Huh. Feels kind of strange to hear them called that after all this time. But then again, the 6 great schools sounded pretty impressive too.
Yes, at least that's how they're supposed to sound. It's said that when the Academia was first founded, the Dendro Archon herself established the 6 great schools, each representing one of the 6 different types of wisdom. Numerous Darshans have sprung up and faded. Only the 6 Darshans attaching themselves to the 6 great schools have stood the test of time and obtained permanent seats in the Academia. Now, the 6 Darshans are nearly synonymous with the 6 great schools, and the leaders selected for the schools are the 6 great sages. Among the 6 great sages, there is one central leader, the Grand Sage. Unfortunately, only the sages from Vahumana and Amorta remain now. They were imprisoned for opposing Azar and were only rescued after Azar's downfall.
So who's managing things in the other 4 schools now? Do they need to find someone new?
Yes. Normally, new sages are selected based on a strict set of criteria.
Oh, didn't you just say something about becoming a sage? If they pick you, then we'd have a huge connection in Sumeru.
Yeah, that's true. Paimon has a point.
Yes, about that. You didn't let me finish my sentence. The person in charge of personnel affairs nominated me to be the Grand Sage in place of Azar and help Lesser Lord Kusanali manage the academia. But I refused.
I kind of figured he would.
Why? Ugh, can't you be a little more ambitious?
Well, it probably means he has less time to do what he actually wants to do.
I'm not even interested in being one of the 6 great sages. Like I said before, I don't like being a leader.
Oh, all right. So are you busy these days trying to find others to take the job?
That's not my job either. I'm only responsible for handling important affairs within the academia before the new sages take office.
So you're still a leader now, even if it's just temporary.
And the first thing I'll do is reject Kasharawar's application for funding.
That's so mean, but...
By the way, who was that other person just now? Is he your friend?
Do we look like friends?
Paimon doesn't know. That's why Paimon's asking.
His name is Kaveh, my roommate. You could say he's the representative for Ksharawar scholars.
He didn't seem to believe a word you told him.
Which is exactly why he always has so many problems.
So everything that's happened recently must be a huge change for the people of Sumeru.
Thanks for your hard work these days.
Such is the work of the Academia Scribe.
Well, anyway, no matter how busy you are, since you are our planner, remember to attend the celebration feast in 2 days.
All right, I'll see you there.
To Port Ormos. Who's over there? Yeah, I don't know who's over here.
This is Port Ormos. Now where could you...
Yours odd.
Paimon, I hear?
Huh?
Oh, it's been a while. How are you doing?
Dinnerside! It's been so long since we've seen you!
We're good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I can go as far as saying I have never been happier in my entire life.
Sounds like she's entirely cured.
I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared, and all the patients have recovered.
You kidding? Knowing them and the connections they've got, I'm sure they've heard about it.
Didn't expect to see you here.
That's right. My lady is feeling better now, so I'm accompanying her for a walk.
Why do you still call me that, Dia? You've already informed my father of your resignation.
I guess I'm just used to calling you my lady. Old habits die hard.
Resignation? You mean you're quitting?
Yeah, I might start losing my edge if I keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you very much. It wouldn't be a problem if you wish to continue to be our bodyguard.
I'm not a woman that's easily persuaded. You should know that by now, my lady. When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you'd recovered. It's time for me to get back out there and chase that horizon.
So what are you gonna do now if you're not gonna be a bodyguard anymore?
I want to take a risky job and put my body to the test again.
Huh? But we literally just finished one of the most dangerous jobs ever! Are you getting bored already?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan with you, I wouldn't have come up with this idea. I guess I still get fired up by that feeling of going all out in a fight. It made me realize that I'm still a mercenary through and through. Life is short, and I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing also made me realize that there are still many problems in Sumeru. And as a desert dweller, I'm still not completely ready to settle down on this side of the wall.
Well, I remember a friend had someone bring you a message.
You mean I'll hate them? I didn't expect him to still remember that. I thought he was joking.
We just came from talking with Alhaitham at the Academia.
Did he tell you that he suggested that I come work at the Academia?
What?
You didn't hear anything about that.
I heard that Azar and his cronies fell from power, and Alhaitham told me that now was a good time to find a job in the Academia, but only if I wanted to.
Whoa. Paimon can't see you being anything other than a mercenary.
Me neither. But I think Dia would look great dressed up as a scholar.
Ugh, forget about it. I wouldn't last 10 seconds in there. Alhaitham probably just liked the way I worked and knew I'm good in a fight. So he suggested I find some work in the Academia.
But you know, if you take him up on the offer, Sino might actually agree and let you become a Matra. Because you're super amazing!
The Matra have all the talent they need as long as they have Sino. I prefer to be free to live however I choose.
That's very funny timing, Almond Tofu. You realize they're part of a cutscene right now? I forgot I have like the multiplayer stuff kind of set to anybody could join me because of the whole miracle box thing going on right now. But yeah, I probably should have turned off when I did the story.
In fact, I chose this job from the very start because I knew it'd be right up my alley.
But yeah, Venti's not supposed to be there. It's kind of really funny.
Even if being a mercenary means facing all kinds of danger.
A lion has to return to the wild sooner or later. If anything, being your bodyguard has been unfamiliar territory for me.
I don't want to see you go, but I'll respect your decision.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not like we'll never meet again.
Does Almond Tofu even know I'm streaming right now? But anyway, I guess being free is just a part of how Dea operates.
Once the whole Dendro Archon thing is settled, everything in Sumeru will take a turn for the better. That makes me happy too. But a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me. Before long, we'll be a dying breed. So I'd better get to work while I still can.
Huh? But wait a second! You make it sound like you're leaving now!
Well, no, not yet at least. I promised my lady I'd stick around until next week.
So, have you been in Port Ormos this entire time? We were wondering if you had received a letter from Nilu.
Oh, did Nilu write to us?
She heard that you were seen in Port Ormos, so she sent the letter here.
You know, it's kind of weird that they still use letters when they have this like technology that's connected to you by ear almost all the time that works almost like a phone. But okay, sure.
Huh. It was probably sent to the inn that we're staying at. My lady has been very energetic lately and keeps taking me on hikes, staying out even into the night. By the time we get back, the receptionist is usually off napping on the job.
Right, and we tend to leave quite early in the morning, so the old man on duty is also usually dozing off.
So what it really sounds like is that the person on duty is always asleep.
I bet the letter's at the reception desk. I'll go check later.
No wonder there wasn't a reply. You never received the letter. Good thing Nilu asked us to come and check on that.
Sorry to make you two come all the way out here.
It must be something important for Nilu to specifically write to us like that.
Yes, she said they were preparing a victory feast in the Grand Bazaar, and will also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. She was hoping you could come.
Great! I'll be sure to attend.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of dress code or anything for the feast? Can I just show up looking like this?
Yeah, it doesn't look kind of formal, right?
Since it's being organized by Nilu, I don't think she'll be too picky about that. If anything, I think she wants to see us as our most natural selves.
All right, then this is how I'll show up.
The feast will be held in 2 days, so don't forget!
Sure.
Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll see you there.
Oh, by the way, do you happen to know where Sino and Raman are?
The General Mahamatra always comes and goes without a trace. Normally no one knows his whereabouts.
Oh.
But last time we met, he mentioned that he had something to do in Aru village. You can try your luck there. As for Raman, your guess is as good as mine. I only remember he said that he had something to discuss with Sino. You can ask Sino when you meet him.
Thanks, Dea.
Don't mention it. You'd better get going.
Alright, on to our next stop!
Yeah. Go ahead and grab that. Wait, is Almond still here? Yeah, Almond still here. I'm kind of wondering, is Almond even... The name sounds familiar, but I guess it isn't actually someone in my friends list. So... Yeah, hopefully them being here doesn't really block my story progression right now. Huh? Go to for almost. It's not the exact cutscene, is it? It actually said it can't be done in co-op, so. Yeah, I can't talk during co-op. Okay, gonna go ahead and return back. But also probably lock it down. Oh, got sucked in.
This is Port Ormos.
Oh, wait.
Now where could
This has already been done already. Can I skip this?
Paimon, I hear?
Huh?
Oh no, I can't skip it. Okay, I gotta have to fast forward on this one.
I don't know if you've heard, but Elazar has completely disappeared.
If it will let me.
You kidding?
Yeah!
That's right.
Why do you...
Resignation?
Yeah, I might start losing my
Yeah, I can't
edge if I
skip it.
keep being a bodyguard for the Homayanis.
You know that my parents and I are fond of you, and that we appreciate you.
When I took this job, I had already decided that I'd quit as soon as you...
So what are you gonna do?
I want to take a...
Huh?
I know. If I hadn't joined in that plan, I guess life is short. And I'm happy that I got to be a part of that operation. But the whole thing all...
Kind of crazy what
You mean I'll hate
just
them?
someone joining in your world
Did he
can that
tell you
like
what?
invalidate your story
Heard that is...
progress like that.
Paimon can't see you
Bit
being
unfortunate.
anything other than a mercenary.
Ugh, I'll hate them probably.
But you know, because you're
In fact,
Even if being a
a lion has...
I don't
I'm glad to hear you. Come on, no need for the sad face. It's not once the whole but a peaceful society will probably mean less demand for mercenaries like me.
Huh?
Well, no.
This is a long dialogue as well.
Oh,
She heard that you were...
huh. My lady has been...
Right, and...
So what it really...
I bet the letters...
No wonder there was...
sorry to make you...
I'm just hoping I get them fast enough before someone else accidentally joins me.
Count me in too. But is there some sort of...
Since it's being organized...
All right, then...
The feast will be held in...
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Oh!
The General Maham...
Oh.
But as for Raman...
Fine,
guess
almost
is
there.
As good as mine. I only... Don't mention it.
Alright,
Okay. Get back to normal, and then now we can continue. Sorry. Aru village is over here. Yeah, this should be the final visit from the way things are going. Then it should be the festival, right?
It's been a while since we last visited Aru village. Ah, there's Sino!
Finally found him. Been a while.
What brings you here?
We recovered well, and Tanari agreed to let us leave, so now we're out and about again.
It seems Gandharvaville's medical treatment is still as good as ever.
Mm-hmm, and Tanari is recovering well too.
That's good to hear.
Thank you for taking us to him.
Yeah, you're the one who brought us to him when we lost consciousness, right? Thanks for that.
You're welcome. Tainari has excellent medical skills, and Kale is quite attentive. It was the best place for you.
But why are you just standing here like a dead tree?
I'm meeting some people.
Oh, you mean Candace?
I've already talked with Candace and the village chief. They're still at the usual place. You can go there if you'd like to see them. But you know one of the people I'm meeting as well.
Oh, by King Deshret's blessing, my friend suddenly appears in the desert.
Oh, it would be him.
Don't tell me you've run into trouble and need us to help now.
Raman! And... huh? Sataria?
Oh, you know me?
Oh, she doesn't know us. We know her.
Oh, well, you're pretty famous in the academia.
Don't worry, these are our friends. No need to be so guarded.
I see.
Yeah, we kind of tricked her to helping us, but yeah, she doesn't know that. How have you been doing lately?
I'm doing well. Many good things have happened recently.
Same here. Really, I feel that my whole life has started to shine after suddenly finding a new direction.
Oh, tell us everything.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Alright, well, I suppose I should start by saying I've decided to leave the academia.
What?
You're not going to be a scholar anymore?
It's not that I've given up on being a scholar. Instead, you could say I've found a new identity. I will no longer pursue research like a typical scholar, but I have not completely given up on my relationship to knowledge either.
I can see what you're saying now.
What do you mean?
I plan to leave the academia and return to teach here in the desert.
Wow, so you want to become a teacher?
Sataria will return to support education here and teach people from the desert. She can't teach everyone on her own, but there are many of us Eremites all over Sumeru. She came to discuss a collaboration with me and hoped that I could bring her ideas to the Eremites.
Yes, it's my hope that the Eremites can help me select a group of smart people with the best aptitude for teaching. I'll teach them, and after they've finished learning from me, they can go educate more people. That is the true meaning of education and the spreading of knowledge.
That's a good plan.
People of King Deshret suffer from sandstorms, exile, and ignorance. Miss Itaria is more than welcome to come teach here. Her arrival is like a star shining in the desert night. The stars have always guided caravans, thieves, soldiers, and travelers who get lost in the night. They lead those in the dark out of trouble and back to safety.
Oh, please. Where's all of this coming from? I'm starting to feel a little embarrassed.
You deserve these compliments. Mercenaries are accustomed to danger and don't fear death, which is why we recognize extraordinary actions that common people would easily overlook.
Setaria's idea will bring much good to many people.
At first, I feared it was destined to fail. Everyone knows that the Academia doesn't allow scholars to teach in the desert without permission. As you know, all knowledge is under their surveillance and control, and very few desert dwellers are as lucky as me. But what I heard at that time has been haunting my heart, as if there were lightning bolts constantly bombarding my soul. Setaria, you tread a treacherous path, and the longer you ignore it, the tighter the Academia's grasp on you will become. Setaria, why haven't you gone home? Never forget that the desert that belongs to you lies elsewhere.
Miss.
These words sparked something in me, and I knew that I had to bring something back to my people after going home. I gathered up the courage to approach the Grand Sage, only to find that he was no longer at the Academia. Lord Sino told me that Azar didn't belong there anymore.
Azar has received much-needed punishment. Though, if you ask me, it may have been too light. You probably have already heard.
Yeah, we heard.
Lord Sino helped me obtain permission to leave the Academia for the desert, and accompanied me here to discuss collaboration with members of the Eremites. My plan was able to go smoothly thanks to him and Rahman.
You're all doing so much for the desert.
Aside from that, I also have some other business to discuss with Sino.
Lesser Lord Kusanali has allocated many resources to support and develop the desert. I've done some business for her, and part of it required the assistance of the Eremites. I applied for a few batches of educational materials from the Academia, and sent them to several groups in the desert, as instructed by Lesser Lord Kusanali. I believe the people will make good use of them.
That's exactly what the people here need. Physical books and other related items. If it weren't for Sino and Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'm afraid we'd never be able to get our hands on them.
Apart from this, the Academia is also recruiting scholars that are willing to teach in the desert. I'll let you and Setaria know as soon as I have any more news. We must be persistent about this, and maintain these resources to ensure long-term effectiveness.
This is the first time in hundreds of years we've had a glimmer of hope. I think this may be the turning point for the desert. Remember these words. Here lies our faithful priest, Kasala. His wisdom is a miracle among the people, deserving of high praise and admiration. I hope people with wisdom like that priest will rise again among the desert dwellers. Then we'll once again see the wisdom and glory that once shook the world.
Enough about us. Are you here to discuss some business too?
No, not at all. We're actually here on behalf of Nilu. Nilu wanted to write to everyone, but she wasn't sure where the letters should be sent, so she asked us to come find everyone personally. A celebration feast will be held in 2 days at the Grand Bazaar. She hopes that all of you will be able to attend. At the feast, we'll also be celebrating Sino's reinstatement as General Mahamatra. Although, judging from your appearance, it seems you've already been reinstated. Paimon thought you would only start working for the Academia after the feast.
Celebration? Feast?
Oh. So you really didn't know?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Tainari was right. He really didn't know.
This feast is for you, Sino. Sounds to me like you'll have to be there.
It's rare to see that kind of expression from Lord Sino. You must not like feasts very much.
No, not really. But I'll go.
Yeah, I don't really like big social events like that either. I like the food, just not how much stuff you have to do outside of eating. Anyways, you two are invited as well.
Well, I still have a lot to handle here. Besides, I need to look after Miss Sataria in the desert, so I'll have to pass.
I'm afraid I won't be able to join you. Although, if you'd be so kind, please give a message to Miss Nilu for me. The message is, I'm sorry for how I treated you before, but now I understand the beauty of your dance. It's like a light shining in the sky. You and the art you symbolize are not only beautiful, but also lively and powerful, so much so that it was prohibited. Please keep dancing, and someday, I'll be able to appreciate your art in person.
Okay, we've got all that down.
We'll be sure to give the message to Nilu.
Our job here is complete as well. Oh, Sino, remember, party's in 2 days. Make sure you're there.
Got it.
Okay, finally. Now we just need to wait 2 days. 9? Okay. This should probably be it afterwards. I think about it, out of all the stories between like, Zuma and like Mondstadt and Leeway and stuff like that, this has been really long. The longest, really. Because there's actually a lot of characters involved, right? Compared to all the other ones, I guess. Not just characters that that are playable, but all these NPCs as well.
Today's the big day. Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along.
Alright, let's go. Wrong place. I was distracted by the commission, but we're not gonna touch that tonight. Just going straight to the bazaar and try and get this over with. Take it down from here. Good door. There needs to be better, at least I needed to learn better shortcuts to get around the city. Jeez. This way. Hey. Huh? Okay. It's more familiar right here. Made it. Celebration time. Looks like everybody's here.
Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I'm here.
Ah, there you are.
Good evening.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here!
Kinda thought there would be more people, but I guess this is a small get-together. Oh, I thought there would be some cutscenes right here, but they're just to describe it.
It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
That's one more talent under our belt. But there's one person we haven't seen at this whole conclusion. We haven't seen Nahida.
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned.
Returned to the Academia, abandoned and neglected.
Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
Well, that's actually the truth. That's... Because, you know, people always remember, you know, Greater Lord Rukadevata, which I forgot that she doesn't exist anymore. But, yeah. Anyways, it's great to see that Kusanali is getting the attention that she deserves now.
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Oh, and doesn't know either? Guess not. Don't mind me. My mind was elsewhere.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return?
Seems that after everyone forgot Great Lord Rukadevata, their understanding of Sumeru's history also changed. What's kind of weird is they're still calling Kusanagi like the Lesser Lord. That's the one thing that's weird to me. Now everyone believes the Lesser Lord Kusanagi has been Sumeru's Archon all along. Maybe I'm the only one now of Vtuber who remembers the Greater Lord Rukadevata ever existed. The witness of all that happened, I shall respect her choice and keep the secret for her.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Sino?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision, and won't interfere in any way. While we're on this topic, why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
Guess you really like being a scribe.
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Talk to everybody at the feast. We'll last talked with these four. From Nilu.
Ah, there you are, traveler. Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? If there's anything you're unhappy with, just let me know. I'll be sure to take note of it.
It's great. Thanks for inviting me.
That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous myself. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got everyone together here. Almost like a fairy tale. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves.
Well, we have a message to tell you.
I'm honored to have her think of me this way. If I have a chance in the future, I would really like to invite her to one of my performances. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now. Thank you.
Enjoying the feast herself. How you doing? I hate them.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good.
Huh? I thought you might find it boring.
No. This gathering today has a unique meaning. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts, unlike the farces at the Academia. That happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house. Oh well.
Mostly happy for these two.
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet. What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
My pleasure. I'm glad we could come.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
Don't worry, I'll have plenty to eat. Lastly, Sino.
The atmosphere here is good, and everything is delicious.
Must be pretty rare to see you at such a lively gathering.
Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around.
It's alright, don't worry about me.
There's always next time. We're friends after all. This feast is pretty good. I like it.
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop.
Falling asleep. It's only a little sleepy.
Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something yummy in your tummy.
Really?
Of course. Just wait here for Paimon.
Is it because I didn't sleep well last night that I feel sleepy all of a sudden, or is it because I'm too full? Huh? Seems like someone's here. Uh-oh, something's happening. This is... Everybody's frozen.
It's me.
Oh yeah, I did say that we didn't see Nahida at all until now. Nahida, it looks like my conscience is connected to yours again.
You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you. The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon.
Is there anything you need from me?
I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in.
Didn't she just come here herself?
Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with.
Hmm? What is it?
Please say thank you to everyone for me.
Ah, so that's what this is about. Nahida, it'll be better if you could do that yourself.
Oh, is it not convenient for you to do that for me?
Some things in this world must be done by yourself.
But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they? What if I end up scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be the last thing I want.
It'll be fine. Don't worry too much.
Let me think about it. Okay.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes, I have.
That's good. Wait, what?
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So... I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky.
Roman potty. At least promise me you won't say anything weird when you're in my body.
Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up, what's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you... Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you can see her.
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, Even if that meant placing your own safety in peril, and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the Academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Teyvat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dinyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.
See? Just like I said, everybody is happy to meet you.
Yeah.
Here's shows a surprise visit. Dinner joys, hearts, everybody's present. Warm atmosphere of talking and laughing carried on late into the night. And the feast ends on a perfect note. Next day.
Are you awake? Did you rest well?
Think I slept alright.
After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton.
Still nothing compared to Paimon.
That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the Academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
Right, we didn't really figure out how the dealings with the doctor went, right? Still have this going on, but this should be the final part probably. Hello, Nahida.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water. So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you. Is there anything you want to know?
Well, there's a lot. About the Akasha.
After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed the number of paths available to them. I don't think this is good for Sumeru. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, I'm preparing to regain control of the academia. The former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the process personally. I hope that the new 6th grade sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. They have been mistreated for far too long. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no matter if it's culture, friendship, or trust, we will rebuild it.
About what happened after I fell asleep that day?
You mean, what happened after the doctor put you to sleep?
Did he take the gnosis?
Not exactly. The top-ranked Vtui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods.
Whoa.
I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the Heavenly Principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the Gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor, as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the God of Wisdom.
About the Balladeer.
He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he is still yet to understand them himself. His future will be determined by fate.
About Fontaine, the next stop on my journey.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system.
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality.
Sounds like we have like a whole like court trial thing ahead of us when we go to Fontaine. But anyways, I've got nothing else to say.
Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet?
Huh? You mean...
About your sister.
Oh yeah.
While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your sister.
But we both came from beyond the Sea of the Stars. There shouldn't be any information about her in Irminsul.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on him or his sister.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your sister. Because as it turns out, the world has recorded information on her after all.
What?
I mean, I always had this theory. I had this theory that the sister has actually always been around, while me, the sibling, has actually been asleep for most of the time. And that she might have been a big reason why the whole incident in Conrea like 500 years ago happened. But that's just a theory for another day. But if that's true, then yeah, there will be information on the sister.
There is only one possible explanation. She belongs to this world.
How is it possible? We journeyed the sea and stars all our lives until we came here. Is she possibly hail from Tavat? Things don't add up. Is there something wrong with my memories, or is it that this world that has done something to her?
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Tavat?
Do you have any further intel? Do you know what she has been through?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, she began her journey through the 7 nations of Tavat. But just as her journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on her suddenly become fuzzy. What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to her? All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating her fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
Could it be related to the Abyss?
But even that wouldn't explain how she somehow comes from this world.
Right, later, Squall.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
Descenders?
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of it. Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Tavat's 4th Descender.
4th?
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and his sister isn't even one of them? That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time. Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information. And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, I truly regret that I can't help you more as the God of Wisdom. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them.
Same here. I'll need some time to reflect on what you said.
And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate. Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida. The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
And we're finally done. All caught up. Right before 3.3 is gonna be releasing, right? But I have no idea what story is gonna be there. I haven't seen any previews for it or anything because I wanted to finish this. But now that I'm done with this, I can go take a look at it, see what's there in store for us. But yeah, obviously there's still things kind of left hanging a little bit. A couple side stories, and that's something I can kind of cover until 3.3 comes out, the next main story. But yeah, right now it's very late, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and end it here. It's a lot longer than I thought to kind of get to this point, but finally here. It's been bugging me for a long time, and it feels really nice to finally reach this point. And I yeah, really didn't want to, like, my illness to kind of delay me any longer. But yeah, finally made it. Anyways, it's very late. I should probably head off, so I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. See you guys around in the future. NoukonNeko signing out. Bye bye.